Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back to another episode of Wicked
Mysterious.
I'm your host, Danie.
And I'm Katie.
And this is Mini Mystery Monday.
And it's mini number...
Oh, I don't even know.
Oh, should I put you on the spot?
I don't know, 11 or 12.
It's like one of those. Yeah. That's cool.
So before we get into it, I just want to remind you of our Apple Podcast review giveaway. So don't forget to enter all of your info into Google Docs. Otherwise, we won't have a way to contact you. So there's only a few on the Google Docs, but there's more on the Apple Podcast site. So if you did submit a review, thank you. We saw it, but just make sure that you also fill out the Google Docs so we know how to contact you.
Yes.
In the event you win.
Yep.
Well, actually, you won't win if you don't fill it out because that's how I pull your name.
Okay.
It's the only way I can. So you have to please fill that out if you would like to win.
Cool.
Also, please don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and on podcast platforms. That helps us a lot. Also, we have new Patreon supporters.
Oh.
Matt and Kristen.
Thank you, Matt and Kristen. That's so cool.
Thank you, Matt. And thank you, Kristen. And also, Kristen sent us an email. She's a really nice, she's a sweetheart, nice person. Okay, so are you ready for today's mini mystery?
I'm ready.
I think you're going to like this one.
I'm really excited.
I think you're going to be excited.
I'm excited.
So, on a flight from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport to Orlando, 38-year-old Tiffany Gomez had a meltdown before takeoff. Her emotional outburst led to her being dubbed the Crazy Plane Lady and led to wild conspiracy theories and incessant cyberbullying. So, let's get into it. So this episode was requested by Cheyenne. She's a Facebook follower. And she actually requested I make a video on it. But truthfully, I wanted to beat you to it, Katie. Since you beat me to the Las Vegas UFO.
Yeah. Cool.
Also, I don't want to name this episode Crazy Plane Lady because I think it's really mean.
Yeah.
And as somebody who's cyberbullied now on a daily basis, that's not something I want to do to somebody else. So I feel hesitant even talking about it, but it is highly requested and I want to do my best to try to come from a different angle than most people, which is kind of down the middle.
Yeah. I'm excited about this. This is definitely a story that had our interests.
Yes.
Cool.
The assumption that an emotional outburst makes somebody crazy is not something I want to take a part in.
Yeah.
And even if she was struggling with mental health issues, does she deserve to constantly be made fun of?
No.
No.
Not at all. Like I said, I mean, her experience was obviously very real to her.
Yes. So what exactly happened? The information that's out there leaves a lot of holes. Tiffany Gomez is a marketing executive, but her LinkedIn profile has since been taken down. On July 2nd, 2023, Tiffany boarded an American Airlines flight to Orlando. Tiffany and another passenger reportedly had an argument over missing AirPods, where she accused the other passenger of stealing them. Other sources say that she was in an argument on the phone with a family member, which I believe might be the case based on later body cam footage, which I'll play later.
Cool.
This is where the infamous scene takes place. I'm going to play the clip. I'm sure we've all heard it by now, but here it is.
But I am telling you right now, that mother back there is not real. And you can sit on this plane and you can die with them or not. I'm not going to. And there's a reason why I'm getting the off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two
So if you haven't seen this video, it shows Tiffany pacing the aisle and pointing toward the back of the plane, or gesturing toward the back of the plane. Many have speculated that she's referring to an invisible passenger that only she can see, but even though the camera pans to the back, you can't see who she's referring to. There's a lot of people back there.
Yeah. I wish it was more direct.
Yeah.
I really take a lot of, take a lot from her, like, trembling voice.
Yeah.
Like, she's super freaked out, you can tell. And it, like I said before, who the heck wants to get off of a plane to go to Florida?
Right.
Like, nobody wants to ruin their trip for nothing.
Right. The police slash TSA, I'm not sure which is which. The body cam footage discusses that they'll likely arrest her for public intoxication. They deplane all passengers and they're delayed by 4 hours. The footage of the body cam, the initial body cam footage, is really hard to hear, so I'm not going to play it in this episode, but you can find it on YouTube.
Okay.
After that, in the waiting area at the gate, Tiffany's on the phone with what sounds like her mother. It sounds like a woman who's a little bit older. I don't know for sure, but I would assume her mom. She is escorted out, and she says some really interesting things. So I'm going to play that footage here.
So this moment, I just want to belong to South American Airlines, so the cuz holders.
I don't care if I'm ever gonna fly with y'all ever again. I want to know what happens to this flight right here.
They're gonna escort you out, so just moment you're following with us anymore.
Great. I don't ever want to fly with you ever again.
All right, ma'am. Ma'am,
Escorting me out, and I'll never fly with them again.
ma'am, since you no longer have a valid ticket or business on this side of the airport, we gotta escort you out to the public side, okay?
Where's your suitcase?
You ready?
It's on that flight.
If you don't leave, you'll be under arrest for criminal trespass. This is your warning right here.
Okay. Just what? What?
You're leaving, right?
Am I leaving? What are you talking about?
Ma'am, if you don't leave right now, you could be under arrest for criminal trespass. Let's go.
Let that flight leave. Do not let that flight leave. Being dead serious. Do not let that flight leave.
You ready? Let's go. Come on.
You heard me say that. Like, do not let that flight leave. That flight's not going to make it to Orlando.
Let's
It's
go.
not going to. It's like she's dying. I'm not making it to Orlando. But I'm telling you, 100% that flight also is not making it to Orlando. And there's a lot of people on that flight. Can I just leave? You don't need to escort me out.
Yeah.
Can I just
You had your own warning. So, keep walking.
Oh yeah, until y'all see that fight blow up.
Okay.
So she sounds pretty desperate, right?
Mm-hmm. She's definitely real shook up.
And as we know, the plan landed safely in Orlando, just delayed.
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany, go ahead.
Do you know if remember I told you that I heard that they took somebody out that was, because like I heard that it was a flight attendant that she was talking about.
So I did a lot of research and
Couldn't find
there's no information. So it's
about
like
that.
people are just saying stuff, which is like, it's like telephone, but it's weird because like, I'll get to it, but there's like a whole guy who fakes a whole video and it's been reshared. It's got millions of views and it's been reshared over and over and over. And it says right in the caption that it's fake.
Oh, geez.
So it's like that type of stuff just gets like regurgitated over and over again. And then it becomes like the narrative and it's not based in, I can't find the original source for anything like that. So I did read that. That's one of the things that we'll talk about, but we don't know.
Okay.
Tiffany allegedly pushed another passenger either on the plane or in the terminal. This body cam footage of the interview of the man she pushed took place inside the waiting area of the gate. A lot of people online are saying that the person who she was saying wasn't real was imaginary. But according to the Law and Crime Network on YouTube, the passenger she pushed is the person she was saying wasn't real.
Okay.
So here's that audio.
So I was just sitting right here, and she just got me pushing me, and then she just...
Did she say anything before that to you?
No.
No. And you didn't say anything to her?
No.
Are you okay? You hurt?
Yeah. No, I'm okay.
You sure?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I held my flight, so it's just going to be like in the next 15 or 20 minutes.
Okay.
So that assault mean, what does that mean?
Assault? It means to attack, to fight somebody, to, push them, hurt them, right? To bring some kind of harm, bodily injury.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, she just pushed me.
You don't want to do anything about it?
It's okay.
So again, just to be clear, I don't know if that's the guy that she said wasn't real, but according to the news site that I got the footage from, they say it is.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't know if she pushed him while deplaning or if she pushed him on the plane, but regardless, he did not want to press charges.
Mm-hmm.
So that didn't happen. So at this point, she gets escorted out and she's met by police outside. Have you seen that video?
Yeah, that's why she's on the phone with her mom.
She's outside.
Yeah, outside.
She's on the phone. Yeah. I don't know if I don't know. I'm assuming it's her mom.
I'm
but
assuming
yeah,
too. But yeah, it definitely could be somebody else. Yeah.
So there's no answers in this footage at all. I'm not going to play it again because it picks up a lot of background noise, so you can't really hear a whole lot. But she's very argumentative toward the police, which I understand because the last thing you want to deal with is the police, like ever, especially if you feel like you didn't do something wrong and they're questioning you. But on the flip side, you're on an airplane. This is like high security stuff. So if you're causing a scene, of course you're going to get questioned by the police. But she's like really, really argumentative and dismisses their questions. They're trying to get her to like leave the airport.
Right.
But once she's outside, they end up just leaving her alone and walking away because she doesn't want to talk to them anymore.
Okay.
That's available on YouTube if you want to look for it. But to me, she doesn't sound really drunk. I know you said that in the footage of the first body cam footage where she's on the phone inside.
I don't think inside she sounds it. I think when she's outside, she sounds, she has a little slur. Like it's a little, but everybody has a drink on the plane. Like it could have literally been one drink for all we know.
Yeah.
And it just made her a little relaxed. That doesn't necessarily mean she's imagining things because she had a drink. Like, which I hate. Right away, if somebody sees something, it's like, oh, you were drunk. Like,
right. I think she just sounds upset.
Yeah. A lot of people were calling her out though after that outside video saying, oh, you didn't think she was drunk. Listen to this. Like a lot of people were insinuating that she was because her voice just sounds like a little, and
like a lot of people were saying things like he should have pressed charges because she's entitled. And it's like, why are we passing so much judgment on somebody? I just don't, I understand what they're saying that they say that behavior shouldn't be tolerated, but it's like, who in their right mind would purposely cause a scene like that?
Right.
Especially saying things like he's not real. It's not like the lady who was screaming because the baby was crying on the plane. That's entitled. Like, I understand that.
For sure.
But
no, and then the push thing, like, we don't even know what context it came out of. What if she was like rushing out because she was emotional and upset and there was somebody like, not that it makes it okay.
No, but
like
you're
emotionally powered, like to get out of there and you're scared. Like,
it's a defensive move too. And it's fight or flight. All that stuff's going on.
Not that it's okay to shove somebody that's in your way, but again, like it could be that context.
If you're running for your life.
Yeah.
I mean,
or, you're running off of a plane that you think is going to
blow up. Yeah. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I was going to say something
I mean,
else.
would you continue to be on that flight if you saw her get up and do that?
I honestly don't know.
I don't know either.
Because I wasn't there. I don't know what
I think I would have turned and like really tried to, I'm sure a lot of people did, to see what she was talking about.
There's other angles of the video, and there's one woman who's sitting pretty close to where she's freaking out, and the woman's like aggravated. She's like rolling her eyes, like, and they all think she's a nut job.
Yeah.
What's his face was on the plane too? Carrot Top.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and he was like, this nut job, blah blah blah. It's
Oh,
like
geez.
it's like
Yeah, that's not fair.
I
but
understand, but at the same time, not really.
What an experience for those people on the flight.
I know.
That must have been nerve-wracking, especially when you're a parent, you have kids, and this woman saying, like, don't fly, this guy's not real. Like, I don't know what I'd do, man.
Right.
I don't know.
So at any point, at no point does she acknowledge what happened on the plane.
Yeah.
So
Right. She just talks about the headphones, right?
not,
That's
I
all
don't even, she
the
mentions it
outside
at one
one.
point.
Yeah. Yep.
She mentions it at one point, but
Yeah. And then she doesn't even finish her sentence. She's like, I think I lost my headphones and I thought, or something. And then she like doesn't continue. She just leaves it there.
so do you think that they only released part of the body cam footage?
It's a good possibility. Yeah.
Because
They're in control.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's just
It's weird.
just something to think about. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. So finally, after all this settled down about a month later, she released an apology video to her Instagram. Did you see that?
Nope.
Okay. I'm going to play it for you.
Hi everyone, it's me, Tiffany Gomez, probably better known as the Crazy Plane Lady, which is completely warranted. As you know, I have been unwilling to speak on the viral video, but I do finally feel that it's time. First and foremost, I want to take full accountability for my actions. They were completely unacceptable. Distressed or not, I should have been in control of my emotions, and that was not the case. My use of profanity was completely unnecessary, and I want to apologize to everyone on that plane, especially those that had children aboard. Can't imagine going through that and trying to explain to your kid what in the world just happened. We all have our bad moments, some far worse than others, and mine happened to be caught on camera for the whole world to see multiple times. Sorry, trying not to sound like Minnie Mouse. Well, it has been really comical for everyone, and I have highly enjoyed so many of the memes. On the flip side, it is very invasive and unkind, and I don't know what I would do without the love and support of my friends and family. They are loyal to a fault, and I don't know what I did to deserve them. Sorry, y'all. I hope that I can use this experience and do a little bit of good in the world, and that is what I intend to do. I hope that you guys can accept my apology and I can begin to move on with my life.
This post on her Instagram garnered hundreds of comments. People insist that this is not the same woman as the one on the plane, and to be honest, that was my first impression too. I don't necessarily 100% believe it's not her, but it really doesn't look like her.
She's got a lot of makeup on in that
She
video.
does have a lot of
And she
makeup.
doesn't on the plane. She looks really natural on the plane.
Yeah. It could be that her makeup is different, and whoever is on the Instagram account doesn't really appear to be the woman in the apology video, but I just don't know. She's really beautiful, but she lacks any distinct features. I don't really know how to describe it, but I found it difficult to distinguish which person she was in the group photos. People also in the comment section questioned Tiffany as to what she saw on the plane, and she does not respond to any of these comments. One theory I read is that anxiety medication can cause hallucinations, and maybe Tiffany took something to calm her nerves. I did find another video of different footage from a different angle. The audio, again, is not worth putting in because you can't really understand her, but what stands out is her body language.
Yeah.
She seems terrified.
Yeah.
She's like fidgeting, and this is before she does the viral video.
Oh.
When the flight attendants are asking her where her bag is, she says, "I don't even give a fuck about my shit."
Oh.
So that's how bad she wanted off this plane.
Yeah.
There's so much conjecture online about whether or not she was talking about a flight attendant or another passenger. We don't know.
Right.
One big internet rumor is that she saw the person who she said wasn't real, she saw his eye blink vertically.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it, but blink like left to right instead of up and down, if that makes sense.
Right. Which I could totally see as being a slip of like your mind playing tricks on you if you are.
But I think I know where that came from. So a TikTok user by the name of The Cole Show said that he was on the flight and he witnessed the exchange between Tiffany and a man in a hoodie firsthand, and that he saw the person wink left to right instead of up and down. The caption in the video says that this is not a true story and he just wants to see how many people are gullible on TikTok. But it's like the damage is already done. Now everybody thinks that she really saw a shapeshifter.
Yeah, I feel like immediately that theory was out there. Like immediately there was talk that she saw something with his eyes. And I don't remember where I heard that, but like it was like so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what came first, but
because like what would make her think somebody's not real?
Right.
Other than if she saw something abnormal with a human that's not normal.
Right. So, but why wouldn't she just describe what she saw?
Right, to everybody.
Right.
Unless she was being silenced. Maybe
by the guy on the plane?
No, maybe like police and like government
officials. Yeah, maybe she didn't. It just wasn't in.
Because if you notice, she waited quite a while, right? And she says, oh, I haven't responded. I've waited quite a while and now here's my apology.
She was on vacation. She had no idea that any of this was happening. She must have taken another flight because the reason she was going to Orlando was to go on a cruise. Supposedly.
Yeah.
So she was gone. She didn't know about any of this.
Right. But then in that last video, she states that she was watching the meme. She was well aware of everything going on. And, you know, she's
a month later, she makes the apology.
And then she makes that. It's a long time.
I wouldn't have even apologized. I mean,
if you did nothing wrong, right? If you were just scared.
I understand, like, putting other people through that, but.
Yeah, true. And the kids on the plane that, like we were saying, that is traumatic.
Right. But she clearly was
upset.
How can you apologize for.
Right. Yeah.
Being afraid.
Scary things happen all the time.
Right.
Like, we can't shelter our kids from somebody that's upset, you know?
Right.
But.
So a bunch of people online are blaming a guy in a green hoodie, and they're slowing down the footage of him and pointing out that his eyes look like a shapeshifter. But in my opinion, you can't see shit in any of those videos. It's just junk.
Yeah.
In my opinion. There's also a lot of conjecture about the way she's holding her hands in the video. She's gesturing with 2 fingers on each hand, which represents as above, so below. But what does that have to do with anything? It also is a symbol for some demon or something, but like that's just looking so far into it and like really jumping to conclusions. I don't know what that would have to do with anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
She's not the demon.
But of course people are going to find something.
People find stuff.
Just to make it more juicy.
Yeah. So then a woman made a video. She said she was a friend of Tiffany's and claimed that Tiffany wasn't missing. She was heading to Orlando because she was going on a cruise. She also states that she knows for a fact that Tiffany does not drink or take medication. She alleges that the passenger next to Tiffany told her he had something and that the plane would be taken down. Internet rumor expands on this, stating that they did end up finding something on the plane after the passengers got off, but that has not been substantiated. And as far as I know, the friend of the friend stuff hasn't been substantiated either.
Okay. One note about that. If in fact that was her claim, that she thought that there was going to be a bombing or it wasn't going to, I mean, it's pretty serious to spread that information.
Right.
That would be something that police would be like, you can't. It's illegal to be talking about a plane.
She would be a hero.
Oh, yeah, of course.
People would be like, oh.
If it's true and founded.
Right.
But in this case, where they found no evidence for it to be true, you're spreading false rumors of a terrorist attack, basically, or a bomb threat, which is like highly illegal to do.
Right.
So I could totally see them being like, you better watch your mouth. You're going to be arrested if you want to keep spreading these rumors.
Right.
Imagine what that would do to that airline. Like,
Right. Right.
If they took it, if they really believed that. So, it makes sense a little bit why she wouldn't want to comment on anything if that was really her thought. Like that it was like somebody really said, I'm going to fucking bomb this plane.
And maybe she really was having like a mental breakdown of some sort, which no judgment at all. But if it were you and
if you
you
have
saw
anxiety
something
too,
that
like,
you
yeah.
didn't really see,
Right.
the last thing you want to do is come forward and be like, I'm sorry, I hallucinated or
No,
whatever.
of
You
course
just
not.
would.
You'd be embarrassed, but you'd be like, you know,
you
that
would just
was
let
my
it
thing.
go
Right.
and hope
That just-
people stop asking at some point.
But what I meant before about like I could see that being a hallucination is an eyelid moving the wrong way is such a minimal thing that
Right.
like totally could happen if you were on like medication or had a fever.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw a tarantula cross my bed with a fever.
Yeah.
Like a huge ass tarantula, and I'm terrified of tarantulas. So,
Yeah.
you know, clearly we don't have tarantulas in our area. And I hallucinated that shit with a fever. So
Yeah.
again, it could be something so small as that his eyes blinked different to her and she just freaked out. But
I just couldn't find where that rumor started.
Yeah.
I couldn't find. I looked and looked and looked. I
yeah,
can't.
and then the friend of the friend is saying that it wasn't related to that. So.
And I don't even know if that's really a friend of a friend. I mean,
Yeah.
it could be. I really don't know. There's
Right.
like so much that we don't know.
It's mysterious.
But the prevailing conspiracy theory is that she saw an alien or a shapeshifter. But again, my whole thing is like, if you saw an alien or a shapeshifter, wouldn't you call it anything else but not real?
yeah.
That is the last thing I would say. Unless it was like an AI bot or some shit.
Yeah, that's what I first
totally
thought.
different.
Yeah, I was thinking it was like, you know, she thought it was not human, but it looked human.
Right.
Yeah. Because, I mean, shapeshifter, I don't know if that would come to my mind,
No.
like, immediately.
You would say,
but-
I think that's a shapeshifter.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say they're not. I mean,
Right.
I guess I kind of understand because there's so much in the news right now about, you know, those masks and the shapeshifting and that stuff. But I don't know that I would refer to that as not real. It's real. It's just not human. If she said it's not a real human, yeah, I guess I could understand that. But I don't know. I don't know what she meant. And she's not talking on it. So
I know. I
it's
wish
like-
I wish she would
I know.
elaborate.
I really do.
I wish she would really tell her whole story. It does make it a little sus that she doesn't. Because, I mean, she's over here apologizing. She genuinely apologizing and, like, has tears and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, why not be like, this is what happened. And I'm so sorry for how I reacted.
Yeah.
What's the harm, you know?
If it were me on that plane, I would not explain anything. And I would say I was having some kind of medical emergency. She said the plane hadn't left yet, obviously.
True.
So
But it seemed like she felt
Threatened.
like she wanted to also save everybody else on the
yeah,
plane.
she did. She kept saying that.
Yeah. So
So here's another angle. What if she planned this? She's a marketing executive. She knows how to market things.
she has 88,000 followers on Instagram now.
Did she do it for the views? Because now she has a new website. It looks new, at least, with her apology video on it. And it just says, stay tuned.
Huh.
So this is either an extremely smart marketing ploy and she's an extremely good actress, or she's making lemonade out of lemons, which I hope to God that's what it is. Because I like her from
I do
what
too.
little I've seen.
That last video made me feel bad.
I know. I know.
did.
I feel really bad for
I
her.
was like, oof, like to feel like today's day and age, how social media can tear you apart.
yeah. Yeah.
And ruin your life.
Yeah.
She seemed real genuine.
Yeah. I
about
don't
that.
think that's what it is,
Yeah.
but again, I have to just play devil's advocate and try to think about other angles. It's a possibility, but
Yeah.
I don't think that's what it is.
Yeah.
So that's all I've got really on this episode.
Okay, that's cool. I'm sure there could be more information to come.
I hope so.
I mean, maybe something else will leak.
Yeah. We'll give an update if there's anything else.
Yeah, I'm really surprised there wasn't more people around her that like came forward with
I
stuff.
know.
Because it's like airlines are so, like, the plane is so small.
Right.
You're hearing everything.
Right.
Nosy
Fun
ass people.
fact.
Yeah.
There's actually a list on Wikipedia of all the people who have ever freaked out on an airplane.
No
it's
way.
really long.
Really?
So it's not a new thing.
No, it's not, huh?
I think it's what she said.
And nerves have
Yeah.
so much to do with how you react. She could have been scared to just fly in general,
Yeah,
which many
yeah.
people are.
So again, we don't know what she saw, but I do know for a fact that TikTok took very little information and ran with it.
Yep.
But again, I believe what everybody's saying, that I think she saw something,
Yeah.
but because just of the fact that she hasn't explained it is what makes it so eerie. But we don't know. We may never know.
I do believe her reaction was true, though, to whatever her truth was. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good.
So I have a little bit more to talk about that's a little off topic. So if you want to stop listening.
We're done with this topic.
Yeah,
right?
we're done with this topic. So
Yep.
if you want to stop listening here, be our guest.
Yeah, are we going to like keep our banter towards the end for people that don't want to hear it? Is that our plan? Like,
if it's off topic, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as it's not too off topic. But so we're going to start doing a new segment at the end. We're going to do a fan mail segment.
Which is a common thing in podcasts, right?
Yeah.
When we get some good ones.
Yeah. So we're going to start the fan mail with all the nice comments and messages that we receive. So here is a message from Brandy on TikTok.
Hi, Brandy.
Hi, Brandy. Thank you. We love you.
We love
She
you.
said, hey, I listened to your podcast at work on iHeartRadio and I'm almost caught up. I just have a couple more. One of you are a Libra and so am I.
Cute.
I love other
That's
Libras.
Danie.
That's
know.
me.
I love Libra females too. I have to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of Libra female friends.
They're good people.
They are, if I do say so myself. So is Brandy by default.
Yes, that's true. We
She
like her.
says, you're both hilarious. People at work probably think I'm crazy for laughing to myself because I wear earbuds. Oh, thank you, Brandy.
I love that. Thank you, Brandy. I love it.
So
we are
like-
funny.
I think
To
so.
us.
To us.
Yeah.
Not to everybody, but
No,
that's
but
all right.
okay, because I have very different humor than my friends, you know? Like, it's just the way it is. Our people will find us.
You know what's weird? We have the same sense of humor, like, together. But,
yeah, different, but separate we
but
don't.
like
so
different things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Katie hates everything good.
Yeah, okay. No way.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
But
so that was
You gotta use humor. I lately have been using humor so much to get through hard things, and it makes things so much easier.
Yeah, you handle things real good.
Yeah. Thanks. I try.
you
And
know?
that's what I was thinking is like we
have a different podcast. Like we really are only going to attract like-minded people.
right.
And I'm not saying that like people are wrong if they're not like our open-mindedness or like us, but we're going to find our tribe. And
Right.
That tribe is going to be our loyal.
You gotta take lemons and make lemonade like our friend Tiffany, right?
Yep.
That's why I like her, I think. If it was a marketing ploy, she did a really fucking good job.
Yeah, I know. I didn't even think of the whole marketing ploy thing. I really didn't. I also didn't know she had a website, but her followers went up real high, and she's popular on all platforms. So yeah,
It's not like she was like, everybody, I'm Tiffany Gomez.
right. Everybody
she
researched
wasn't-
themselves. Yeah,
But
that's true.
they are sneaky. I'm not saying she did this, but
yeah.
people are sneaky like that. Like, did you know that the record label marketing executives are the ones that are responsible for the trending audio on TikTok?
Oh no! Wow,
Right?
interesting.
Because they can't use the radio anymore. So how are they going to get new music out? Lala's biting her nails.
I know. I saw.
She's so weird. Do your cats do that?
Rarely, not all the time.
She does it all the time.
Yeah.
She's got scratch posts too, but she's still. Maybe she's got anxiety.
I hope you got that on the mic. All right.
I hope everyone can hear Lala biting her nails. So anyway,
Yes, we are.
reach for the stars. And the other thing I was going to say is keep your imagination open. It's
Open.
okay to not know everything, and it's okay.
Yeah, and it's okay to not rule something as true or false.
Right.
It's okay.
It's
Just
okay not to
open
know
it up.
everything as long as you're keeping your imagination going.
Yes. Run
You need
wild.
it.
Go bananas. All right. So we'll see you next week with a full length next Monday. Until then, stay mysterious.